Deep in the heart of Belgium, there's a castle that's been a fortress, a palace, and even a battlefield. We're talking about the Château de Malmedy, and believe me, its stones have some incredible stories to tell.
But, this isn't just some pretty postcard castle. Nope, it's a place that's constantly changed its identity, from a tough-as-nails medieval fort to the cultural hotspot it is today. So you gotta wonder, right? What secrets are hiding inside those walls?
All right, let's get right into it. To really get a handle on any castle, you've got to ask the most basic question. Why on earth did they build it here? And for the Château de Malmedy, well, the answer is all about one thing: location. Seriously, its entire reason for existing boils down to that old saying, location, location, location. I mean, think about it. It's tucked away in the province of Liège, sitting right on a super tense frontier. It was literally a stone's throw from the Netherlands and Germany. So yeah, this was never just a fancy house. It was a guard post, a strategic sentinel keeping watch.
And that was it. That was its one and only job at the beginning. When the lords of Malmedy first put up these walls, they were not thinking about luxury. Not at all. They were building a fortified stronghold. It was basically a raw instrument of power, built to take a beating in a really unstable part of the world.
But here's the cool part. It wasn't destined to stay a gritty fortress forever. Oh no. As the centuries rolled by, the castle's whole purpose started to shift, and it began this amazing transformation from a bare-bones military outpost into a seriously magnificent piece of architecture.
It's like you can literally read the castle's life story in its stones. It happened in about 4 big stages. First, you've got that rugged medieval foundation. Then, during the Renaissance, the super-powerful prince-bishops of Liège came in and expanded it. After that, it got a grand Baroque makeover. We're talking layers of fancy details. And finally, the modern restoration that gave us the incredible castle we can visit today.
And you can see this change in what was important right there in the architecture. It's night and day, really. The early Gothic style, pure function. All those pointed arches and strong vaults were built for one reason, and one reason only: defense. But fast forward to the Baroque style, and whoa, it's sending a totally different message. It was all about showing off power and wealth, with tons of fancy decorations and these grand symmetrical designs.
So after all that history, what's it actually like to walk through those gates today? Come on, let's go inside and check out the treasures it's holding.
Okay, first stop, the Great Hall. And this place is incredible. This was the absolute heart of the castle, a room built to make your jaw drop, to impress and, let's be honest, probably intimidate visitors. With those ridiculously high ceilings and all the ornate details, you can almost hear the echoes of the giant feasts and lavish parties that went down in here.
And then you've got the chapel. It's like a little jewel box of Baroque art. It is absolutely packed with these intricate stone carvings and gorgeous frescoes. And sure, it was meant to be a quiet place for prayer, but let me tell you, every single detail is practically screaming about how rich and devout its creators were.
But wait, the treasures aren't just part of the building itself. The chateau is also a legitimate world-class art gallery. We're talking priceless masterpieces by legends of Belgian art: Peter Paul Rubens, Anthony van Dyck. Just stop and think about that for a second. You're wandering through a fortress, a palace, and an art museum all rolled into one. How cool is that?
Okay, but it's not all beautiful art and stunning architecture. The castle's history has a darker side too. Its stones hold these dramatic stories of conflict and, well, a few surprises you probably wouldn't see coming.
And here's the first big shocker. Ready for this? Despite its absolutely incredible history, its architectural importance, and all that priceless art we just talked about, the Château de Malmedy is not a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I know, right? It's kind of a mind-blowing omission for a place this important. Maybe it's because its story is still so tangled up with the wars of the 20th century.
But the castle's most intense, most dramatic chapter, it all comes down to one single year, 1914. The moment the First World War broke out, everything, and I mean everything, changed. It was like its ancient past came roaring back to life. All of a sudden, that strategic spot right near the German border was hypercritical again. The fancy palace vibe? Gone. It was stripped back to its original purpose, being a fortress. It became a bullseye for conflict, surviving multiple sieges and standing as a silent witness to the horrific Battle of Malmedy.
So, after all that, after centuries of changing, of going through war and peace, what is the Château de Malmedy now? Let's take a look at the living, breathing castle of today.
Well, the good news is, today the castle's legacy is safe and sound. It's now owned by the Belgian state, so its future is secure. It's finally shed those private military skins and has become something totally new, a public museum and a cultural center. It's been beautifully restored, and it's open for all of us to go and experience.
And people are definitely taking them up on that offer. I mean, its doors are more open than ever. This once mighty fortress is now a huge tourist destination, pulling in more than 20,000 people every single year, all of them coming to walk through the exact same history we've just been talking about.
And that's really its modern identity, isn't it? It's got all these different facets. The castle has become this perfectly balanced hub for the whole area. It's part museum, saving the past. It's part cultural center for the local community. And it's part tourist magnet, sharing its amazing story with the whole world.
So you think about its journey, from a medieval fortress built for war, to a Renaissance palace built for showing off, and now to a modern museum built for all of us. The Château de Malmedy has never stopped evolving. And that really just leaves us with one last question to chew on, right? What's its next chapter going to be?